Welcome back, my anime card loving people out there. Today, gonna be talking about Bang Dream Girls Band Party Countdown Collection Premium Booster Box and Bang Dream My Go Trial Deck. That is really long. Today, I'm gonna be focusing on the death of the collector, investor, and flipper when it comes to these deadbeat IPs. I feel really bad for saying that because I love Bang Dream. It's just, how about not, instead of deadbeat, maybe less popular one. As you can see out here on TCG Player, there's going to be some amazing things going on. You're going to look at the screen and be like, what the heck is going on with the supply? And there is some very good reasons for that. But if you take a look, the case of the premium booster box completely sold out, and it's sold out for $11.50. There was another case on here for $1,400, but the seller pulled it back. Now, if you take a look here, you also see individual booster boxes for $49.44. There are only 3 listings of that, 1 display for $102, and 6 listings of the trial deck. That is very sparse out there. Good luck to the people that wanted some of this stuff and didn't pre-order it. It's one of those ones where maybe you thought there was going to be a ton of this stuff out there, and there was a bunch of cards that people wanted, and unfortunately they're finding out that this was not the right play if you wanted Bang Dream. If you didn't, then this is totally not worth it to you. But if you take a look here on Bang Dream, the SPs, the most amazing part that some people will see here is Lisa actually beat out Yukina by 1 cent. You have Lisa SP selling for $300. Yukina $299.99, 1 cent too low. Unfortunately for Yukina, but congratulations those that love Lisa. The more important part about this, if you just take a look, these are the SPs. You got 4 inside of a case, and what you're going to notice is there's some, of course, that sold out, but at the same time, when you take a look through here, there's some that didn't even actually have any in stock. There are some on here that only have 1 available. And you think about this, the set came out not too long ago, right? If I take a look at Pokemon, there's going to be some waifus out there. I don't even want to say waifus. They're pretty young. And there are people that are saying it. It's kind of weird and disturbing to me. But hey, whatever. We're looking at anime cards, and people could just say the same thing about these. But you can see Silo here has 3 listings only. Now, Mocha over there has none. And the cool part about Bang Dream, if you're into this whole rarity thing, you don't even have to slap a serial number on here, because for the most part, it always seems like there is only 10 available at most out there in the world, because some are sitting in warehouses or some just never got printed. Moving on though, we take a look at the BDRs, these fancy versions. If you have not seen some of the looks of these cards, go out to my X, check it out, and you will see the Arisa and you'll see the Yukina. The cool part about them is they have some foiling on there. They're shiny. It looks really cool. The art in this set is really nice. And the other side of it is, as people know, it is playable, because we got some reprints inside of here, as you can see with this Arisa, as you can see with this Kasumi. I mean, like, a bunch of these cards, why they're expensive is because of their playability. Some people bought these because they love the art. But overall, if you take a look through the BDRs, the same story happens, right? At most, I thought I saw maybe 9 on a card that was listed available. That just means a whole lot of cards are either out there in the world or just don't exist. Now, flipping over here to this Yukina, you can see there's a wide array of prices, and all the card art was the same. Again, this is the reason why I hate premium booster boxes. But you can see the normal version, $11.99. BDR, $44, and the SP, as mentioned before, currently sits here $950, with 1 sold earlier at $299.99. So kind of wide gap on the pricing there. Now, flipping over to this Arisa, as you can see what happened here, we have out of stock on the normal. You have out of stock on the SP because it never showed up there. I know it was in other places. It was on here briefly. And you can see the BDR, $53.19. Now, if you are upset that you cannot get that card, remember that is a reprint, and the original is actually out there, and the reprint has brought down the price. So you can see right here, $7 for that irritating girl, and there's actually 5 copies available. You have moderately played, lightly played, and then from there goes the near mint again, but really more expensive. So you have this Kasumi here, and this is the lower rate one, I would say, because Audrey thinks that this is the best artwork when, the original, which was your Happy Christmas Kasumi. Look at that. Girl holding a spoon, singing, winking, got a Christmas hat on. There is nothing wrong with that. Unfortunately, the only thing wrong with that is the fact that it's $90 and $60.91 respectively based on the rarity. Now you have this reprint that happened in the Bang Dream premium booster box that is completely sold out. So some people knew to get it, some people were waiting for it, and it is gone. So my point here is, if I just click inside of here, there wasn't even that many to be available to begin with. Just take a look at this. This card is sold out, and there was only ever 6 available on TCG Player. Really sad, actually, that this is all taking place. And you take a look at the normal, same idea. It's just not a lot of supply. There's some of these cards that are expensive. Look at this one. Always by your side, Lisa. And it's sitting here at $5 plus $122 shipping. Will it actually sell? Maybe, maybe not. Depends if people really want this card. I know it does see some usage in the decks that I looked out there. When I took a look at Encore decks, some people decided to use it. And it is a nice looking card. Remember, this is the high seller SP. Just goes to show you that when you have a set like this, where sellers avoided actually having it available for sale, where buyers wanted to wait for singles, where flippers knew not to get it, where investors like, heck no, I'm not doing it, and collectors basically almost non-existent, as you see with the popularity of Bang Dream, you have a recipe for disaster, which is what this is right here, unfortunately. You also have these PRs, which is interesting because it came inside of the trial decks. You can see there's not that many that were available, and the ones that people wanted were actually sold out, as in this Yukina. People bought that. Same thing with these triple rares. I'm not going to keep going over and over again. You're going to hear me repeat the same thing. Not many available. Some were bought, some were sold out, and some kind of just sit here. But it's just sad that you see 3. So I don't want to dwell on Bang Dream forever. So what I'm going to do is move on to Lycoris Recoil, because what do we know from Lycoris Recoil? There was some signatures that happened to be on the SSP inside of the booster box. Everything else was non-signature. And because of that, some people knew, like, you know what, probably not going to buy this set. We're probably not going to do this. Even though there's a premium booster box coming out, we don't know if this is going to be good or bad. But in the end, people chose not to do it because why take a loss on the set? Some people, what they were going to do, they were going to just pick up some of the double rares. And what ended up happening here was, because people decided not to purchase, not to open this, you ended up with really expensive double rares. You have that whole game of chicken that I like to talk about in videos. Right? Are people going to buy it and take the gamble on making money if other people don't buy in this set? Or will they just not do it? And in the end, they didn't do it. They're just like, I'm not going to do it. There was some arbitrage opportunity, which is why some of these double rares came down in price. There was enough supply out there that people could open up the booster box, that people could open a case of this. But when you take a look at Bang Dream, you would think that there's some opportunity here. But at the same time, there's not enough supply of sealed to actually do it. And the sealed that exists currently is expensive. There you go. You have the case being sold out. You have this showing up booster box wise, $49.44. You get it? It's one of those ones where, unfortunately, for the players that wanted Bang Dream, you should have ordered a playset. I think that's one of those ones going forward. Maybe you want to think about, that's the lesson that needs to be learned here, or you just take the gamble, or you just go, you know what? These prices are too high. I'm on a budget and I'm not going to buy it. I'll just look forward to another set. And not to be one of those people that are just skewing this heavily to one side. I'm going to show you another one, right? We got Chainsaw Man. This set did really well. Why? Because you had a humongous following to the IP. You have huge playability. You have some cards that were worth a lot of money. And with all those things going for it, it did really well. Now, the funny part is, we all know that a ban will probably happen at some point. We all know what that restriction actually was. And you could see all these tournaments that are finishing up and all these people putting up these cards for sale. So interesting to see. We'll see if there's an uptick in some of the other cards that were moved onto after the restriction. But moving forward, here you have Spy Family as well. With Spy Family, there wasn't like this tremendous amount of playability, right? Like you don't see a ton of Spy Family in these trio tournaments, but at the same time, I'm not saying it was bad. Not saying that at all. But what you have here is some signatures, you have some fake signatures, and you have some no signatures on these cards as well. It did fairly well when you compare it to Chainsaw Man, not as great. You have cases of this for $889.99, but you do have some sales, right? Take a look at this. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 case sales. You want to take a guess at how many Chainsaw Man had? Because there was a decent number. Yes. Take a look at that. Like I could scroll. I got a scrolly bar. So that was enough to say that Chainsaw Man sold more. And then you have Guilty Gear. Good Lord, Guilty Gear. Guilty Gear, one of the most hated sets from my point of view. It just showed the laziness, the lack of real advertising that went into it. Just everything that I can imagine going wrong with an English release right in here. Just focusing on this page, right? $7 for an SP. Actually, it's $8. They click into it, but $7.99 is the lowest SP. Right? You have these other ones at 10, 1047, 18, 25, 19. It's just pretty ugly. I would have never guessed. I will be honest with you here. I would have never guessed that an SP would get down that low. I know back in the day you had some examples of that, but here you go. Here's a modern day example of a 799 SP. Now you have one more example here. We got Saekano. We know this set wasn't the greatest playability wise. You might not need all the cards inside of the booster box, but there were, a few that you could pick up. Amazing, like if I hit high to low on TCG players, so it takes a look at the number, this green number right here. If you just take a look, you have a foil that's like the highest selling card on here. You have a foil PR to be exact. You have a PR that's the second highest. You have an SR that's the third highest, right? Where's the SPs? Where are the SECs? Like where are those? Because if I remember correctly, there was some that were really expensive, and I'll show you where they are. No sales. Not one yet, and I will tell you right away, I know what happened on here. Some of these cards have been pulled off this TCG player website and sold on Facebook and other sellers' websites, okay? I totally understand that. But the other part is how many TCG sets do you see actually do this? Like seriously, think about let me just go through the list here. Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Disney Lorcana, One Piece, Digimon, Flesh and Blood, other Weiss Schwarz sets. How many do you see where the SPs have no sales? Freaking Review Starlight even had sales, but when you take a look at Saekano, no. I mean, you think about the price of these cards, the lack of signatures, the fact that they had serial numbers on here. I know people out there said serial numbers totally made up for the lack of signatures. I'm like, I don't know, man. That's not me. I don't really agree to that one. Maybe if you're one of the 80 people that pulled a serial number from it, you'd feel that way. But anybody else that actually has these no signature versions, I don't know how they feel at this moment. Well, actually, I can probably guess. They probably were slightly happy, but disappointed deep down inside. Especially if they attempted to sell this thing. It was not one of those ones where you could get these prices. The funny part is TCG Player had a sale not too long ago, or not a sale, a promo credit. And if you discount the current price with that promo credit, and people still didn't buy it, that just shows you how much the lack of demand. And the fact that people have to take these cards off of TCG Player and sell it somewhere else, like you literally don't have a natural sale that happened on this website for a site that sells cards is pretty bad. I think we can all agree to that. So, in conclusion, here, what do I say? I think what you need to learn from this is there's going to be bad sets out there when it comes to Weiss Schwarz. And the days of sitting here hoping that an investor, collector, flipper are going to open it and sell cards because they're too stupid that they open this set and gonna lose buttloads of money are over, right? Like you have some of these examples out here that you know what, they're not going to do that, and you're gonna be the one that's gonna be disappointed when you realize there's not enough cards out there to satisfy you, your friends, and everybody else that wants these cards. So you're gonna have to look to order a playset, and you think about that one, the opportunity that actually is there. Remember back then with the backpack sellers and all that? I do. I remember the hate for like certain backpack sellers out there on Facebook Global. But at this point, you think about it and it's like those people help bring the price down. But now that they're gone, I think some people are wishing that they're back. So you go forward and take a look at some of these sets. Bocchi the Rock, premium booster box like every other set. You have these Chronicle sets that don't matter. You have Ayakashi Triangle. I guess I should read it. Let me just read it. I know I hate premium booster boxes. I didn't even want to say the name. But you have Ruby, Shana, Love Alive. You got some ambassadors set for Hollow Live, Ayakashi Triangle. You have next, we got Premium Booster Box Hollow Live Collection Oshinoko. Right, when it comes to something like Oshinoko, you know that's going to turn out somewhat in between. You know, like you could say Chainsaw Man, maybe Spy Family, depending on where you land on all that. But you have Premium Booster Box JoJo. You have Marvel That Doesn't Matter, and Premium. Wait, no, not Premium. You have Dengeki Bunko. It feels like it's Premium because it's got 2 trial decks and a booster box. But there you are. What are you going to do in these situations? You're going to take a look at these, right? You're going to see, is this going to be popular? Is it going to be a trap? Are people going to end up buying it? And will I have enough cards out there to do that? And if the answer is no, you should probably start looking for playsets if you want the single cards. If you cannot afford playsets, maybe you just go, you know what? It wasn't meant to be, and there's a million other sets that are coming. Or you just say screw it to Weiss Schwarz and look towards One Piece or Union Arena, wherever you want to go. There's just many places to spend your money, or you just take your money and you go out there, you call up your family, your friends, and say, you know what, let's go out to eat tonight. Because instead of buying some new card set and being upset about the price, let me actually have some fun with you and enjoy my time and my life. And with that, as always, have fun, be happy, don't spend anything outside your budget. If you need anything from me, feel free to contact me here. I'll check you out later.